With President Biden heading to Wisconsin tomorrow to try to continue easing voter concerns, other big-name Democrats are visiting swing states to stump for the president. One of the people being floated as a possible replacement, California Governor Gavin Newsom, is heading to Michigan to campaign for Biden. Governor Newsom has repeatedly said he is not interested in running for the White House this year. Campaign correspondent Jackie Koppell is live in Michigan with more on Newsom's visit. So, Jackie, what are voters there saying?
Well, happy 4th of July. Governor Gavin Newsom will be here in a couple of hours, and voters, they're looking to be excited by the governor, hoping to reset the campaign, support President Biden and Vice President Harris. Now, as I mentioned, Newsom will be here in about 2 hours. He'll speak with voters behind this house, and then after that, the president himself will be speaking tomorrow in Wisconsin. He'll be also going on air in an interview, again, looking to reset the race. Now, polling indicates that in the swing states of Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, known as the Blue Wall, the president has lost about 2 points, putting him behind Donald Trump in all of those states. I spoke with an undecided voter here in Michigan about that. Let's hear what he had to say.
Going to do anything for me. I've kind of there's not much turning of the tide in my decision when it comes time to vote. So I think just seeing how things play out as we get closer to November to really solidify which way I'm going to lean.
So not only is Newsom here in the state, but the First Lady was actually here yesterday, helping open the 45th Biden-Harris campaign office. This was up in Traverse City. Now, that is actually a pretty conservative area. In fact, in 2022, it was the first time that they ever elected a Democrat to the State House. And voters up there, like the independents and the moderate Republicans, are the very ones that the president is hoping to encourage to vote for him and really sort of take away from Trump's support with those voters. I spoke with more Michiganders about what their thoughts were on the two candidates. Let's take a listen. Who do you think you'll be supporting in the election?
I believe the Democratic candidate, whoever that turns out to be.
Well, I've seen what's going on in the last 3.5 years, and it's been a disaster, so I'll go the other way.
Truly living up to its swing state name here in Michigan, it's worth noting that no voters seem particularly happy with their choices, and we'll have to see what impact that has on turnout come November. Now, the Biden campaign is pointing to President Obama's first debate against Mitt Romney, where he did not perform particularly well, and he ended up losing about 5% in the polls. He ultimately, as we know, ended up winning, so President Biden is hoping to mimic that. As part of his outreach and this strategy to convince Americans that he's still up for the job, the president met with Democratic voters yesterday, looking to continue to have their support, answering their questions. And those governors came out afterward and said, yes, Joe Biden is still our nominee. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer also tweeted, Joe Biden is our nominee. He's in it to win it, and I still support him. Back to you.
All right, Jackie Koppell live for us there in Michigan. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.